Bon après-midi. Nous avons aujourd'hui avec nous Eugen White, qui est un peintre américain. Et comme il parle en anglais, nous allons faire l'interview en anglais. Et nous allons décrire son art et ses projets futurs. So this afternoon we have with us Eugen White, who's a painter here in San Francisco. And we are going to talk about his art and his project and mostly probably also his different experiences in the art forms. So Eugene, welcome to the French-American television program. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I know you.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine. I would like maybe first to start by mentioning the name of Kujiona, which probably represent a symbolic form of your art. Is that it?
Kind of. Not Kujiona came long after.
Oh, after you started.
Yes. It do not particularly just represent my art.
I see.
If you want me to tell you something about the art and how Kujiona came about,
yes,
I'll try that.
Okay. So tell me probably how you started.
How did I start painting?
Yes, yes. How did you discover that you could possibly represent some people or yourself through art?
Some time ago, it's hard to tell you.
A long time ago.
If I tried chronologically, I'd give you some kind of step.
Yes. Let's go through a chronological way of doing it.
Well, as you know, by reading some of the writing I did, I usually use the term from way back home.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in Southwest Arkansas. Of course, there was no art schools that I knew about, especially for black students. And I started painting on blackboards. Santa Claus, holidays was my favorite days because I painted to something developed in that. As one thing developed was bartering.
Exchanging things.
Yes, if you were smart, some kind of way I had some kind of notice to you.
Yeah.
Because I will paint something for you, but you have to know English or math.
And I'll give you that in exchange.
Yes, so I'll write some nice writing.
But you were good in English also, right?
I only was good in what I had to be good in.
I see. So you want to develop that part mostly.
One never know what one is developing. Do what he feel if he can get away with something.
I see.
Maybe I was just getting away with seeing how many things I could do and how many things I didn't have to do. And somewhere their art played a big part when I had time.
So, so when you were in school, you decided to exchange your drawings for some kind of other things that other students
that I was
provide.
Too lazy to do.
That you were too lazy to do.
It would take me 2 hours to do something for you. If I really did it, I really want to go on and do it, it would take me less than 5 minutes.
And that's how you became better and better at, or you were good from the beginning?
Well, I don't know exactly if I can answer that very accurate because time passed on. And these kind of things that you see here, these kind of paintings develop. They develop as I developed.
I see.
And I was not in any particular idiom consciously. We didn't even use the term black. We grew together. We work in the fields together.
Yes.
We went to church together. We really never did talk much about
art
at all. Much of anything to do with areas particular. Because black people at that time were called Negro, didn't talk much about the areas because there wasn't much open. So I don't...
freedom of expression, right? Freedom of speech, I would say, yeah.
What do you mean, freedom?
Freedom of expressing yourself openly, is that what was lacking in those days, or was it was there enough freedom at those days for you?
I cannot give you that accurately because so much was inaccurate, so much was
distorted.
Considerably.
Okay, and I know that you do publish a magazine with the name Kujiona. Do you feel that through this magazine you will be able to maybe bring out some truth of what you feel is the history of yourself and of what you want to talk about? Basically, tell me what you want to tell in your magazine.
I think I'm going to try.
Okay, go ahead.
But I think it's timing is bad, maybe. See, the magazine wasn't that significant as I'm trying to say. If you notice, the name is Kujiona.
Right.
Kujiona in Swahili means to see oneself, which had no significant part at first. During the 60s, when there was many changes, when many black people were developing themselves, were beginning to speak and to express, and find out that we did go further than Eugen White, than John Johnson. We have African ties. And what happened in the 60s it was a turning point where many black men were never called men in serious ways without it being in demeaning.
But this was 30 years ago, so things have changed now.
Not so much it's changed. It's that we developed in a new way. As I say, we got to come at you different now.
Yeah, a child born in the 80s might be thinking in a more modern way than a child born probably.
Well, whatever
in the
he's
50s.
thinking in the 80s, he cannot get past slavery either, let alone the 60s.
You think so?
Well, we try, but it come back at us,
Yeah, but
you see. Meaning that to say, if I try to not
You
remember
don't-
what you're saying, I cannot tell you about Arkansas. I cannot paint these people if I want to do what you're saying. Symbolizing the experiences of black people are no simple matter, especially when you go back it intending to do it with a dignity. These people I lived in the midst of, the black idiom. When
they have a very harsh look on their face. Is that the way you perceive them or the way you want to show them?
as I grew to understand the beauty of black people,
Yes.
I don't see a harsh look.
Oh, what do you see?
I see inner feeling.
Yeah.
I see respect. I see love, strength. I see tolerance. I see much more than I've ever seen due to time giving me a chance to go back and revisit my people.
But you show, by example, children in a happy time where they sometimes might not have any problems. They're just happy to be playing. Do you show any happy happenings, like a wedding or something happy? Would you show that, or you want to concentrate on that other phase of it? You want to concentrate on showing the other part of it?
That's interesting. If I had a way to show you what I wished I could have did,
Yes.
the way your interview is, I wished I could have given you one painting
Yes.
to give you a brief
Of what it is.
on what others call sadness and what I don't call sad.
What do you call it?
Sadness, I haven't actually designed, I don't want to define sadness.
You don't want to define it. You just want to show it.
No. I show, in the real world,
Yes.
this is the way the city look.
Yes.
What do you want it to look like? Who do you want it to look like?
It's fine with me if you
No,
want.
I'm asking you,
Yeah.
who do you want it to look like? You?
No.
Or her?
Her.
Okay, so that's how come a lot of people call it sad. It's because, what if you saw this work
Yes.
down at the welfare office
Yes.
of what black people frequent?
Yes.
Black people would change on their own.
But sometimes I do meet happy black
No,
people.
no, no.
They're
You don't
laughing.
understand what I mean.
Yeah, go ahead.
The importance of her should be, it should remain.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean.
She don't need anymore to try to conform to a culture that she do not know about when she haven't developed
Yet.
her own culture. So this is how I came about the magazine, is doing my visit to colleges and universities throughout this country,
Yes.
and doing my visit going back to Africa. I found something out very unique. Black people are similar all over the world.
Yes.
I find black people to be a good people.
Human beings are good people.
Which I spoke of black people.
Okay.
I find black people, I'll try again. If a human being had been under slavery
Yeah.
and still smile
Yes.
and still hold nothing to those that enslaved them,
Right.
I find that to be surpassed ordinarily. Now you're going to compare that to just human beings? We're not just people, we are all people. But this people thing, I have to find a way to qualify that.
Okay. So
If we were just people...
You think they have overcome all that?
No, it's not overcome. There's a segment of the black community understand why young black kids are so vulnerable to the lesser forces
That's true.
in the establishment.
That's true.
It's dealing with the lack of exposure,
Yes.
dealing with the lack of positive influence,
Yes.
because being deprived from leadership, not because we're incapable,
Because they were deprived of it.
not they was deprived, we're still deprived. My concern is that the longer we try to avoid that she exists,
Yes.
well, the longer the wound is going to get deeper.
But I would say that the more you're educated, the more you will get to know that.
How would we do this? If, for instance, we try, what I'm saying, if I would have shown you one painting.
Yes, we can show it.
I try
You brought
not
it.
to, no, but we would be backtracking, but it's okay. What I'm trying to say, painting and demonstrating my point may be a little awkward, different than just I came to you to talk.
Okay, then talk to me maybe about this
But
one.
I can't do it.
Okay,
See, the
so
thing
you
is,
just show it and everybody...
no, let me try. What I'm saying, let me try an example. If I was like Jesse Jackson,
Right.
Dr. King,
He just talks.
or Malcolm X, no, they don't just talk. They demonstrate their objective.
Okay.
And these objectives,
Very, very clear.
the way that I'm doing it, I don't know if anyone tried to do it this way.
Okay.
So we really don't need to have an exact way to do it. What I don't want to do is confuse you,
No, you're not confusing me.
okay? Because there are ways that I can go at this that I could do it step by step.
Right.
But since we started from the magazine to this,
Yes.
now how the magazine came about, I'm going to bring you back to the 60s.
Okay.
Black people, I had mentioned names before, right?
Right.
We never had used names like Ndesi, Halisi, African names. And there were programs and there were organizations getting together trying to find a better way. And I happened to meet with a group in Los Angeles in what's called US. A professor there called Malana Kuringa. He taught Swahili. Me, I'm Eugene White. We have established that. I didn't change my name. Many friends of mine changed their name. Why didn't I change my name, many people ask me, is I had been basing my world around my work.
Okay.
So I'm giving you my idea of the difference in how I'm using art as a vehicle. So when I use this work in a classroom, not only whites and others don't seem to understand what this is about. If I may
Yes.
give you some example, I'm trying to find an easy way.
No, I understand. Was Eugene White your name from birth?
Yes.
Why would you change it?
No.
There is no reason to
Many
it.
people would
Do you
change it, but when they become knowledgeable, they do not want slave names.
Oh, I see. That was?
That is the reason.
Oh, I see. I didn't know it was.
It is the reason.
Okay.
We have names that's not Johnson and Turner and Whitmore and White. So what happened in those days, you have to find it through there are resources that you can get more detailed in this. But in this particular painting,
Yes.
when young people tend to be ashamed of her, which is the same, that means whites, the multicultural I visit with students, rarely a black audience.
Right.
So black students don't know either. Why are you showing this today? Like you want to know why today we've gone on from that. I'm saying no, we haven't. I'm saying here though,
It's rooted in even in the new generation. It's in their roots. Is that what you want to say?
Yes, but see, they don't have a way chronologically to constantly see us as other cultures.
Okay.
We're not advertised from
As
years.
much. Not as much.
Right. Black History Month, 30 days, 20 days, 10 days. Some universities, some institutions say, let's get this over with so these Negroes can going back to the drugs.
Oh.
Okay, we're not no 2-week people. We're not no 1-month people.
No.
Okay,
You
so what I'm
wait from back
saying,
to Africa,
so
yes.
why black students are confused a lot of times is that when you bring something to them briefly,
Yes.
you take it away just as fast.
I see.
You see?
So
So what I'm trying to use the magazine for is a vehicle to show we are a tolerant people.
Yeah, and it's permanent on a
Yes.
piece of paper. They can see it for a long time. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm also showing that we have a capability that a lot of black kids haven't experienced or investigated.
Okay. And you think it's valuable?
It's very valuable. Anytime a student refuses to recognize his capability or a person, well, there's a problem there. When you don't realize that it's strength, it's tolerance. So they say we don't want to deal with this. Well, let's get to the point. What is the point? It's to forget her and go on with the business. I'm saying if we could deal with this, that means we could deal with this. And that's just what...
Modern world.
Yes. You understand? I'm saying the lifestyle that these men, these women live...
It's part of it. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's part of it.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. But anyway, I use the magazine as a catalyst.
Okay.
A catalyst. I use the art as a catalyst. So the art is a catch. It has very little to do with art, other than it's a catch. The catch means it's to get attention. And the attention brings you way past just me. It brings you into the political science, the social, the political arena.
Do you represent the whole country here or just San Francisco?
Well, it's the whole country, but I'm going to do something local.
I see.
I'm dealing with how one changes in personality when he gets to know more about the world around him. I'm dealing with how can this bring us to another step, is to say, she's a economic major.
Yeah.
We interview people
From all
socially,
backgrounds.
political, economically. We interview policemen, doctors, lawyers, if janitors would let them, if they feel like they're men. Anyone that's busy.
Anyone who has something to say.
Right. But they're not just saying, they're active.
Okay.
We're not reacting. We're talking about being active to try to share with the world a beauty, a strength of black people, and let our children know there are choices.
Do you see beauty in me or in white people or just...
I see beauty in you. I see beauty in all people.
Okay, great.
But I also...
I'm glad we established that. But
Yes.
you do want to show that part more.
I want to show that this is also a beauty.
Okay, great.
You see?
I see. I get
So
your
my
point.
concern-
You want to show that even more because it has been overlooked.
It's been overlooked, and I think that why I began the magazine looks like it was not going to be an end.
Okay.
So I start here.
All right, great.
In other words, if you see art of black people in a magazine, sometime,
A lot.
maybe Black History Month, maybe every now and then, but our magazine, it's a consistency, it's a priority. It's
Okay.
every issue.
And you feel also that black people are now represented fairly in other magazines. Is that it?
Of
Feel
course,
that this
not in
board-
art, not in art.
But in other fields, you feel they're not represented
I don't think it's represented in any field.
fairly.
Not really,
Okay.
not really.
Well, I heard that from other people. I mean, some people say, well, that's because it's in a white magazine or in a white newspaper, and that's why we're not shown in the real light.
But I don't think fairly is the word I want to...
Truly, maybe. Oh.
Well,
no.
It's not seen enough. I mean, I think it should be seen more, put it like that.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good. And then your role then is to do it.
To do it and to visit the world and revisit my people, to let you visit with us through the magazine.
Okay, I want to touch on what happened this year. You just gave me the newspaper that showed that you did have a part of your art, or a lot of your artwork, destroyed in a fire. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had established a gallery in San Francisco since 1963.
Right.
I was at one place, 2076 Hayes Street, since 1963.
Yes.
But I traveled over 25 countries. Main thing is that I was to find a better way, trying to find a different way to see how and what can I do with art, other than just go to a flea market, other than just going to
art shows.
I want to go there too,
okay.
But I want to use it at as higher level as I find.
Okay.
And I found that we were very limited to wait for white galleries, to wait for magazines, to wait for the community. So I started traveling. And so I always went back to my gallery. But the gallery were always there to share with the world.
On Hayes Street, right?
On Hayes Street, 2076 Hayes Street.
Right.
But in 1989,
a tragedy happened, yes.
Yes, I had electrical fire. And works that were housed there were works that I refused to sell.
I see. Are you going to do them again?
Well, now, if you see the collection here,
yes,
all of this work developed since then.
Oh, I see.
And they're not the same works.
Because you're a changed man.
Well, it did do something. People say they can deal with my work better. Maybe, Aline, I've eased up.
Okay.
You understand? Where at one time you would think it's sad now, then you would think it was sadder. It's just that I was dealing with it from another level.
Okay.
And now, I guess, since the fire...
Do you want to reproduce them, or you want to do new ones?
I will reproduce some of them in part. This is one
yes.
that I reproduced.
Okay.
That's a painting of my wife.
I see. And do you think it would be about similar to the previous one?
It would be more advanced with just my knowledge, not of its quality probably, but even maybe that too.
I see. So you learned a lot.
Yes, I think any man ordinarily learned a lot from tragedy. But tragedy, I hope it don't have to come about for us to gain more grounds on bettering our direction, whatever endeavor. But fortunately, unfortunately, many people has gained from tragedy.
Well, there's a philosophical look at it, like something happened to me and maybe this for a purpose that I do something out of it. I mean, something good will come out of it. Is that it? Something might surely good come out of it.
Well, I could say that nobody's happy that tragedy comes, but then you have to keep going.
That's right. So,
yeah,
well, I hope you will at least from now reproduce what you wanted to show from the beginning. I mean, I hope you won't overlook a few things and not do them again.
Well, okay, I'll give you this.
Yes.
Those works were quite traveled. They had been exposed to many audience. They had served a great purpose.
And you have prints of them, but not the originals.
I have prints of a lot of them. But I'm always in an area anyway.
All right.
So this work is an approach to enter new ways, go back home again and revalue my people. And I make measures saying, still, if they survived under the strain, they've lived. I can survive under the burning fire.
I see. But that's a personal one. Like, that will have touched you on the first degree, as for the other ones was an exterior thing.
Well, man can do it if he can live long enough, if he can create and find new ways to go to the market. Mm-hmm. I mean, wagons were there, and now cars and trucks are there.
Yeah.
It's not that you can do without the wagon now.
Okay, I want to finish on something. I know you mentioned once that you went to Africa, and 10 minutes ago you told me that you feel that everybody's the same, whether they are from America or from Africa. You just said that.
I didn't say same.
Well, you said that.
I said black people are similar.
They're similar. Okay, when you went there, did you find what you just said 5 minutes ago to be true?
Yes.
You did?
Yes, yes.
So if I meet somebody from Africa in America, I would find similarity with an American born?
It would be all dependent upon your experience with black people. It'll all dependent upon what you're looking for in a group of people. Since I'm black already...
So you will find some similarity?
Well, I'm looking for something nice and warm and beautiful about black people, so I find it.
What is the difference then?
Well, the difference is if I go back to Arkansas, I didn't even know myself in Arkansas.
Right.
Okay, I spoke Portuguese. I worked in the fields as a migrant worker, trying to be like somebody else. Okay?
Okay, like everybody in your village, maybe, yeah.
Well, I found it to be a rude awakening. I found it to not work for me. And as I kept growing and as I migrated to the north, I kept being reminded and hit in the face, you black, no matter what you speak, no matter where you came from, you still are black or Negro.
Wow.
So it didn't really elevate me as I dreamed. So going back to Arkansas, getting to know the people that I didn't know, give me a chance to make measure of black people everywhere I go.
Right, and in Africa, what did you see?
Well, I saw a similar kind of people that had a similar
But they didn't went to the American experience that you described earlier.
No, they had similar rhythm. I don't say it right.
But they feel more free. I mean, they feel...
Well, not all of them didn't feel free if they were ignorant.
Do you find them more confident than American-born? Confident.
In themselves?
Yes. I mean, do you find that they didn't have to deal with that part of history and that they feel that they don't have to deal with it at all like Americans do?
Well, it's not the same kind of culture background. There are black Americans have confidence, but there are Africans have confidence. There are people in all groups don't have much confidence in themselves.
Okay.
But in Africa, they did have a language. And you can feel they were on their land. You can feel that they was not separated from their families.
By the way, Kujiona is which language again?
This is Swahili.
Okay. Did you know a few words there?
Yes,
Oh,
but
I
not
see.
in Africa.
Okay.
Kujiona was not particularly an African language.
Okay.
As say, it's sort of a Central Africa, like from Zaire's, and it's more of a university language.
Okay. So, well, I think we're going to close on that note. We will show all the paintings and people will get what they want out of it. That's the purpose of the paintings anyway, right? You cannot
yes.
talk about a painting.
Yes.
Whatever they want to get out of it, they'll get out of it. And we'll show them.
Maybe someday they could even get more if I had a different way to do it.
Okay.
I think we kind of went at it a little backwards, but
Sure.
we do the best we can. I do the best I can.
Okay, but we will show them and everybody will get something out of it. If it's what you want or not, that
No.
will remain to be seen. I mean, we don't know.
I don't wish that people get what I want them to get.
Okay.
I just want them to share with me the way I have been thinking.
Great, okay.
Okay.
And you feel you express it good enough, well enough.
I do the best I can.
Okay, great. So this was Eugene White, and he is here in San Francisco. He's an artist, and he will show us now all of his, most of his paintings, or part of his paintings.
Let me just say this.
Right.
We still have a gallery. I call it
On
a
Hayes Street.
Yes, 2080 Hayes. It's sort of like a workshop, and people could come visit us mostly by appointments.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed being with us too.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Thank you
enjoyed
very
being
much.
here with you.
Thank you.
Okay.